Hey guys, this is Luck. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to set up against the Cheeseblade team. And first of all, I'm going to explain what the Cheeseblade team is, and I'm going to go over some typical setups that they can do. So Cheeseblade is basically when you have one unit that has the Keenblade TMR, which is Rob's TMR. And what that does is it gives you an effect where you increase your CT by 40, and sorry, not 40, I think it's 50. You increase your CT by 50, and then you can chain that with Ildira's Limit Burst, which increases your CT by 60, so it gives you an additional 110 CT. You only need 100 CT to take a turn, and you already start with some high amount of CT in the beginning of the game. So by adding 110 CT, you can often make your entire team take 2 turns before the enemy team has a chance to move. So this is one typical composition that I can see people doing if they are running what is called a Cheeseblade strategy. It's called Cheeseblade because you cheese them, you kill them out or you wipe them out before they get to take a turn, basically. So how it would work is that you would have King Mont or whoever your Keenblade user is in this square, and on his first turn he would use Keenblade. And he will have a very, very high agility. That's the point. Like, you want him to go really fast. So you had a high agility. He would go and he would use Keenblade on the very first turn, which gives both Ildira and Black Rose Helena, or whoever your carry is, additional CT. So generally speaking, after this, King Mont will go, move towards wherever the enemy is, wherever you have set up your enemy, that's where he will go. And Black Rose Helena she will have to use Ketone's TMR if you want to pull off a turn 1 Cheeseblade. So she uses Ketone's TMR, and she moves also in wherever close to the enemy as possible, but within 2 spaces of King Mont. Finally, Ildira will come up, and she will use her Limit Burst on both of these, and that should be enough for them to get a second turn. So if you look at where I have my units placed and you count +1, so right now Black Rose Helena has a range of 3. If you count +1 range, she will have a range of 4, so she can move 4 spaces, and then after the combo she can move an additional 4 spaces, that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, and she can aim basically she'll be able to aim anywhere on this left side of the map, right? Wherever you're setting up. So basically, if this is you now as a player, she can basically aim and hit anywhere, any of these spots. Also that spot too. If she is if she starts here and she has 4 movement, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, actually she can hit all of these spaces basically if she starts in this spot, and this is the composition that the enemy player has. So I mean, if you have set up your units to begin on the exact opposite side like this or something, then yes, obviously she will not be able to hit you. But then, if her composition was set up like this, then she can. So you're basically taking a 50-50 chance if you are going for one of the corner formations, if you're up against a person using Cheeseblade that is set up like this or like this. So what is the best way to not get stomped by somebody using a turn 1 Cheeseblade combo, in my opinion, is to set up something like this. This formation. I've shown this in the previous video, but this video is more about showing why this formation is working. So what happens is, suppose Black Rose Helena, she started in this spot. She has moved 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4. So she ends up basically on this spot as an enemy, and now she can only use a few skills that are instant cast, namely her Limit Burst. So if she uses her Limit Burst and she wants to target 2 of your units, she can she can't hit both of these units that are in these locations. She can target on this square because her Limit Burst only has a height range of 1, and then it has an area range of 1. So if she targets this square, she can hit my King Mont that's in this square, or she can target like say this square or this square to hit whatever unit is here. But she can't hit 2 units. She can only hit 1. So that's why I feel this is a good this position is a good way to make sure that you don't, uh, your team doesn't get completely wiped by a turn one Cheeseblade strategy. Um, Other than that, I think this something like this might also be okay, possibly. I mean, I was thinking about it, but I think what would happen is then she would just, instead of standing here, she would just move one spot back, and she can aim on this square to be able to hit both of these units. So, I mean, this is not bad because if you are standing in a spot like this, your middle unit, Mildira in this case, is getting affinity from both units, and both these side pieces are also getting affinity, like 10% affinity instead of 20% from being close to one unit. But if you do run across somebody who's using turn one Cheeseblade and their carry is in this spot or this spot, it is possible that two of your units could be wiped at the very beginning of the fight. So I personally don't want my units to be caught like that. So I'm always using this position now when I'm fighting, at least so far. I mean, unless for some reason I'm like, oh, absolutely nobody is running a turn one Cheeseblade combo, which could be possible. And if no one is, then maybe I will think of a different start, because I mean, I'm only using this start because I don't want to get run into somebody running Cheeseblade on turn one. The disadvantage of running something like this, in my opinion, is that if somebody's looking for a turn two Cheeseblade, I think then they might have a little bit of an advantage, because basically they'll still be probably running a little bit faster units, and their units are also all getting affinity, so they have 20% agility to start. And the turn two Cheeseblade, basically they all want to run forward, and on your first turn you'll probably be trying to move your units around to try to get the buffs that you want. If your units had a formation like this, for example, you can already buff however you want, and then at the end of the first turn, you will probably have your units in some positions that they're not all clumped together, probably because you want them to, if you see an AOE attack is coming, you don't want them to be buffed together. So you will probably buff the first turn. Maybe like in this formation, Black Rose Helena has Marshari's Tiamar or something, so she uses the shield, and then she runs like 1, 2, 3. Maybe she will run to like this spot, and then King Mont will run here or something, so that they were not all in one like nice AOE for the enemy to kill, right? But since you're starting in a location like this, so you have two options. Like if you think that somebody's coming towards you with a turn two Cheeseblade, if like you could try to put them all together and get all kinds of defensive buffs that you want to try to survive the turn two Cheeseblade, or you can move your units a little bit more further apart so that they don't all get caught in whatever combo your opponent is preparing. You can do something like that maybe. So I mean, from there it's up to you how you play the game, but this is how I'm pretty much starting my matches, and this is the reason why. And I thought I would make a video sharing that, and I hope that this helps you guys. Because I don't want people to get frustrated of dealing with these turn one Cheeseblades. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.